Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. My co-host Mr. Brody has the afternoon off. And decided to play another game from the 1967 40th anniversary of the 50th anniversary of the Impossible Dream season. 1967, featuring the Boston Red Sox. So we have a good pitching matchup featuring the Boston Red Sox in this one. Alright, and the Red Sox come into this game with a record of 13-12. They were actually 11-14 coming into the game, so they're a couple of games ahead of that pace. Detroit comes into the game 13-11. They were actually 17-7 coming into the game, so not doing quite as well. 4 games off their pace. But anyway, Jim Lonborg will start for the Red Sox here at Fenway Park, and the lineup for the Detroit Tigers is as follows. Dick McAuliffe is the second baseman batting first. Don Wirt, the third baseman, will bat second. Right fielder L. Kaline bats third. Cleanup hitter is Willie Horton, playing left field. Batting fifth, the center fielder Jim Northrup. Norm Cash is the first baseman batting sixth. Bill Freehan, the catcher, bats seventh. Ray Euler is back after spending some time on the DL in the replay. Actually, a week or two. I think it was like a week or so. Is the shortstop batting 8th. And on the mound batting 9th is Denny McLain. So, alright. So that's your lineup for the Detroit Tigers. So Lonborg looks in for the sign from Ryan. And Lonborg comes into the game. Let's just give you his stats. Lonborg comes in with a 3-1 record. 3.38 ERA, 45 and a third innings pitched, 42 hits allowed, 38 strikeouts, and 10 walks. He was 22-9 with a 3.16 ERA in the actual season. Excuse me. He's off to a good start. So Dick McAuliffe, a 205 hitter. 205 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. So here's the pitch by Lonborg. It's going to be a fly out to Canigliaro for out number 1. Next up, Don Wirt, third baseman. He's hitting .266 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. And that would be a strikeout for Lonborg. So 2 down in the Detroit first. Brings up L. Kaline, hitting .281. with 4 homers and 20 runs batted in. He would hit .308 with 25 homers in the actual season. And that will be a strikeout. So Lonborg gets 2 strikeouts in the first, and after 1/2, it's Detroit nothing, and the Red Sox coming up. Denny McLain comes into the game with a 3-2 record. 3.27 ERA, 41 and a third innings pitched, 33 hits allowed, 31 strikeouts, and 13 walks. He'd be 17-16 with 3.79 ERA in the actual season. So the Red Sox lineup is as follows. Jose Tartabull, the center fielder, bats first. Joe Foy is the third baseman batting second. Kyle Yastrzemski, who has been on a tear since coming off the DL. He was on the DL in the replay, not the actual season. He is the left fielder batting third. He is actually 5 for 10 with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in the last 2 games. So hitting .500 with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in the last 2 games, and has hit a home run in the last 2 games. The home run 2 games ago was a game winner in the bottom of the 9th, which the Red Sox came back to win after being down 5-0. And the second game, unfortunately, they lost, but Yastrzemski did hit a home run in that one too, and had I think 2 runs batted in. So anyway, Jose Tartabull comes into the game hitting .315 with a 1 RBI. He was actually only hit .223 in the actual season, so he's actually hit way ahead of that pace. McLain looks in for the sign from Freehan. Here's the windup in the pitch. That would be a ground out to second for out number 1. Joe Foyup now off to an excellent start, hitting .347 with 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. Only hit .251 with 16 homers in the actual season. So part of the reason why the Red Sox are 13-12. A couple games ahead of their pace. So here's the pitch by McLain. And that's a foul ball. And we'll extend this just so we can... everything comes into it. Whoops. I can get that out there. Guess not. All right. Be an error check. Foy will have himself a single, and he will reach second on the 1 base error by Euler. So the Red Sox are in business, a runner in scoring position with 1 down, as Euler commits a uncommon error. Actually, he does commit quite a few errors. I was looking at his range there. Very good range, but does commit his good share of errors. So runner in scoring position with 1 down for the captain, Kai Yastrzemski, who we said before is on a hot streak. He's hitting .385, and I'll show you his stats because he is the Triple Crown winner of 1967. Off to an excellent start, hitting .385 with 9 homers and 29 runs batted in only 20 games. So he's on a pace to hit like 70 home runs, but he did miss some time too. So that he missed 5 games due to injury. So alright, so Yastrzemski up with an RBI opportunity here. Here's the windup in the pitch by McLain. And he will draw a walk. So runners on first and second with George Scott. George Scott's a .360 hitter, so he's also doing well. So the first 4 hitters in the Red Sox lineup are doing very well. Scott's hitting .360 with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. .303 hitter in the actual season with 19 homers and 82 runs batted in. So runners on first and second with 1 down. And that will be a ground out to short. But they're unable to turn 2. They do get the lead runner. Scott beats the return throw. So runners at the corners now with 2 down for Tony Conigliaro. Tony C is hitting .258 with 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. See if he can get the run home, put the Red Sox on the board. And he grounds out to short to end the inning. So the Red Sox threaten but do not score. And after 1 full, no score. So Willie Horton will lead it off. He's hitting .250 with 4 runs batted in. Did hit 19 home runs on the season. It's going to be a ballpark effect here. Oh. And this one is going to go a long way. Horton has his first home run in the season and puts Detroit up 1-0. Jim Northrup up now. Struggled mightily to start the season off. I think he was like 0 for his first 35 or 36. Hitting 121 right now with 4 runs batted in 91 at-bats. And that'll be a walk. So that'll bring up Norm Cash, 238 hitter. 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. Hit 238 in the actual season. And that will be a pass ball. Oh, that should be a foul ball. I don't know why that wasn't a pass ball, but it isn't. That'll be a ground out to short. And he's going to throw over to Scott for out number 1. Northrop will advance. So run in scoring position with 1 out. Already 1 run in on the home run by Willie Horton. Brings up Bill Freehan, the catcher. Freehan's hitting .325 with 4 homers and 11 runs batted in. And this will be a grounder to third. Foy has it. Over to first for out number 2. Northrop holds at second. So 2 down now for Roy Euler. He's hitting .241 with 2 runs batted in just 9 games. So he was out, I think, out a little over a week. So 2-2. Not much of a home run hitter here. It's outside the range. So he'll ground out to third to end the inning. So after 1.5, it's Detroit 1 and Boston nothing. So Petrocelli leads it off, hitting .214 on the season with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. And that will be a fly out to left field for out number 1. Next up, Mike Andrews. He's hitting .325 with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in, so off to a good start from Mike. And he'll lace a single to right. So 1 out single. And Mike Ryan up now. And they're going to go for the hit and run. And he's going to ground 1 to short. Andrews goes off with the pitch. Will advance to second. So a fielder's choice. So run in scoring position for Jim Lonborg. He's hitting just .067, just 1 hit and 15 at-bats, I believe. Yep, 1 hit, 15 at-bats. 1 run batted in, 1 run scored. And he'll strike out. The Red Sox do not score.
Designated driver for this evening, please remember to drink responsibly.
So it'll be McLain, McAuliffe, and Wirt up for the Tigers, up by 1. Lonborg back on the hill. And it'll be a foul ball. And he'll ground out to second for out number 1. So that'll bring up McAuliffe, who's 0 for 1 on the day. And that'll be an out, as is not much of a home run hitter. So 2 up and 2 down for the Tigers here in the 3rd inning. Brings up Don Wirt. He struck out his first time out. And there's no error by Scott in the play. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll do it for the Tigers in the third. So after 2.5, it's Detroit 1 and Boston nothing. Jose Tartabull will lead it off. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Flies out to right for out number 1. Joe Foy 1 for 1 on the day. And he'll rock a double to left. So tying runners in scoring position now for the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. Walked his first time up. So another RBI opportunity for captain, Carl. Oh, and this one could be a home run. And it's going to be, as it's a McLain lets up 1-18, and Yastrzemski is a 20.
Back, ball.
So Yastrzemski homers in his third straight game, his 10th of the season. Now has 31 RBIs on the season. So establishing himself as the MVP Triple Crown candidate early on. And puts the Red Sox on top 2-1. So next up, George the Boomer Scott. He's 0 for 1 in the day. And he'll lace a single. So the Red Sox starting to get to McLain here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Tony Conigliaro. He's 0 for 1. Scott not much of a threat to steal. Although will swipe a bag occasionally early on in his career.
Ground ball up the middle.
And McLain cannot get to this one. Scott will hold at second. So runners on first and second with 1 down. For Rico Petrocelli. Third baseman's 0 for 1 on the day. And he will fly out to left for out number 2. Scott holds at second. So that'll bring up Mike Andrews, who singled his first time up. And this time he'll fly out to center. And that'll do it for the Red Sox, but they score 2 on the 2-run blast by Yastrzemski. And after 3 full, lead it 2-1. So Lonborg with a lead now. They'll face Kaline, Horton, and Northrup. Kaline struck out his first time up. And he'll ground out to Petrocelli for out number 1. Brings up Willie Horton, who put Detroit on the board with a solo home run, his first of the season. And this time he strikes out. So Lonborg now has 3 Ks on the day. Brings up Jim Northrup, walked his first time up. And Andrews cannot get to that one. Go by past him into right field. Conigliaro with the throw back up. So a 2-out base runner for Detroit. Tying runs on board for Norm Cash, who's 0 for 1 in the day. And he'll ground out to short to end the inning. So the score remains Boston 2 and Detroit 1. Ryan will lead it off for the Red Sox here in their home half of the fourth. He is 0 for 1 in the day. And he flies out to right for out number 1. Lonborg up now. Struck out his first time up. Not much of a home run here, so he'll ground out to third, where it throws over to Cash for out number 2. Top of the order, Tartabull up now. He is hitless in 2 at-bats. Possible error check here. And McAuliffe is able to handle it. And that do it for the Red Sox in the 4th inning. So after 4 full, the Red Sox maintain their 1-run lead, 2-1. Freeman will lead it off for the Detroit here. Top of the 5th, he's 0 for 1 in the day. And Lonborg strikes him out. Strike 3 called. So Roy Oler up now, he's 0 for 1. And he strikes out, so back-to-back Ks for Lonborg. Now has 5 on the day. It brings up McLain. And McLain strikes out, so Lonborg strikes out the side. And after halfway through, the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead. So McLain back out on the hill. He'll face Foy, Yastrzemski, and Scott. Foy is 2 for 2 on the day, doubled and scored. Came around on the Yastrzemski home run. And they finally retire. Grounds back to the pitcher for out number 1. Yastrzemski up now. He had a 2-run home run. His 2nd time up, also walked. And he'll ground out the 1st for out number 2. George Scott 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll strike out. The Red Sox go in order in the 5th. So it'll be the top of the order. McAuliffe, Wirt, and Kaline for the Tigers here in the 6th. Lonborg's just given up 2 hits. Make that 3. So leadoff runner is on for the Tigers. And it looks like Wirt is going to be bunting. And he'll miss it and strike out. He's unable to get the bunt down and strikes out. So it'll be 1 down for Al Kaline. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He'll draw a walk. So runners on 1st and 2nd for Horton. He's 1 for 2 with a solo home run. Oh, and he's going to rock a double. 1 run's going to come in. 2 runs come in. Detroit will retake the lead. Let's see. That 4 is higher than the 2. So he'll have to stay at 2nd. So Horton has a 2-run double. He's knocked in all 3 Detroit runs. Detroit now has a 3-2 lead. So that'll bring up Northrup. Northrup's singled and walked. And he'll ground out the 1st. Horton will advance to 3rd. The Red Sox will play the infield in for Norm Cash, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Horton now at 3rd. Red Sox trying to limit the damage. And he'll line up to Andrews. Out number 3. Actually, I didn't even have to bring the infield in. So, alright, so after 5.5, Detroit now leads 3-2. So Canigliaro will be up first here in the Red Sox 6th. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll strike out. Brings up Petrocelli 0 for 2. Oh, that's a home run off his card, possibly if it was a lefty. But he's not, as McLain is a righty. But Horton does commit the error. It's going to be a 2-base error. Petrocelli will be in scoring position with one down. So Mike Andrews with an RBI opportunity to tie the game. Draws the walk. So first and second with one down for Mike Ryan. 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll lace a single. They hold Petrocelli at third. So the base is loaded now. We got to take out. We got a pinch hit for Lonborg here. Let's see. We're gonna bring in Dalton Jones to pinch hit. He pinched hit in the actual game. Yeah, we'll bring in Dalton Jones. So that'll be it for Lonborg. Base is loaded with one down. Dalton Jones comes in with a .292 average, a homer and 3 runs batted in. Hit .289 on the actual season with 3 homers. Nope, does not walk. And he'll fly out to right, and looks like that's green there, so that will be a sacrifice fly. And the Red Sox take the lead. Tie the game up at 3. So Jose Tardo up now, 0 for 3 on the day. Average dip now below 300, now 298. And I think that's going to be it for McLain, as he has hit the red zone here. Oops. I missed the, it was a sacrifice fly as it was green. I just had the, forgot to click the box on the other screen there. So, alright, so let's see. I think Hank Fisher is going to come in. Actually, no, that's the Red Sox. Horns or Padres? Horns or Padres? Let's see. I'm going to bring in Johnny Padres as he's a lefty. Johnny Padres will come in to relieve McLain. Lefty on lefty. He's pitched 2 innings with no decision. 1 strikeout and 1 walk. Oh. However, Partible is not a home run hitter, so that will not have any effect, unfortunately. And he'll fly out to center. And that'll do it for the Red Sox. So let's see. They did come across with a tying run. Let's see. And I think one of those runs is going to be unearned. Yeah, Petrocelli was safe. And did Petrocelli come in to score? Yes, Petrocelli scored, so that would be an unearned run. Unearned run there. Alright, so the Red Sox will bring in Hank Fisher. Pitched in the actual game 3 innings. And let's see here. Hank Fisher will come in that 9th. Fisher's in there. Fisher's got a record of 1-0 with a 1.30 ERA. 20 and 2/3 innings pitched, 13 hits, 4 walks, and 15 strikeouts. So he'll face Freehan, the catcher, bottom of the order, then Euler and Padres. And avoids the strikeout there. He'll fly out to center for out number 1. That brings up Roy Euler. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And thankfully, he's not much of a home run here, but a 1-2 will be a home run for Euler, so he has a 10% chance. It's a 7, so that's outside the range, so that will not be, but it will be a single. So Euler has himself a 1-out single. And Padres not much of a bunter, else I'd leave him in the sacrifice, but let's see. Lumpy or Brown? So Lumpy or Brown, the pinch hit here. Let's see who's the better bunter. Gates Brown, not much of a bunter. Jim Price, the catcher, is a 3. And the pitchers are all 3 bunters, but I think we're going to bring in Jim Price. Pinch hit. And said he was a 3 bunter, but I guess they want to go with the hit and run instead. So I'm going to go with the hit and run. Kind of makes sense. 6-2. And he'll fly out to center for out number 2. So that'll bring up McAuliffe, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. And he'll strike out. So the score remains tied 3-3. 7th inning stretch time. And it's going to be George Cornice. He'll come in. He's 1-0 with a 3.33 ERA, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He'll face Foye, Yastrzemski, and Scott. Foye will lie out to left for out number 1. Yastrzemski now, he's 1 for 2 with a homer. 2 runs batted in. And he'll ground out to short for out number 2. Brings up George Scott, 1 for 3 in the day. Error check here. And that will be an error on Horton, left fielder again. So his 2nd error of the day. Another 2-base error. So Scott in scoring position. 2 down for Tony C. He's 1 for 3. Chance to put the Red Sox ahead here in the bottom of the 7th. And he'll draw a walk. He's being very careful with Canigliaro again, trying to get to Petrocelli. He's 0 for 3 with a roof. I would pinch hit, but the guys that are behind Petrocelli are horrible fielders. Adair and the other guy, they're both one-range fielders, so it's one of the reasons why I'm not pinch hitting. And Petrocelli comes through with a single. Scott will come around the score. And the Red Sox take a 4-3 lead on the clutch single by Petrocelli. So good thing we had faith in him as he delivers. So Mike Andrews now 1 for 2 with a walk. Red Sox would like to add some more runs here. And he'll fly out to right. The Red Sox score 1. Let's see here. I think that run is going to be unearned. Scott was safe on the area up by the and reached 2nd. Yep, so that will be an unearned run, which it says. So, alright, so 2 unearned runs allow the Red Sox to jump ahead now. So 4-3 now. So we head to the top of the 8th. It looks like Fisher's going to be out there again. Whoops. Yeah, Fisher will be out there again. John Wirt leads it off, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Oh, but Canigliaro comes in and makes a great catch. Definitely robbed him of at least a single there. So 1 down for Kaline, 0 for 2 with a walk. And he flies out to Tony Canigliaro for out number 2. Willie Horton up now. He's had kind of a mixed bag today. Great from the plate, but awful in the field as he's committed 2 errors, but has also hit a home run and doubled. All 3 runs batted in. And this time he flies out to center to end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Red Sox up by 1. Mike Ryan will lead it off for the Red Sox against Kornsback, who's back out there. And here grounds out the short. I'll bring up Hank Fisher. Definitely going to pinch hit for him. Let's see. The Red Sox used any other pinch hitter, so let's see. Let's see what the computer picks here. Russ Gibson. He's not too bad. Actually, I think we're going to bring in Jerry Adair. Jerry Adair is going to come in and pinch hit. Not much of a fielder, but did hit .271 on the actual season with 3 homers and 35 runs batted in. Hitting just .143 in the replay though. 7 at-bats. So see what he can do here. It's going to be a range play at Fenway. Oh, this could possibly be a home run. Not much of a chance though for Adair. And it does stay up, so Northrop's able to make the catch. So 2 down now for Tartable. Hitless on the day, 0 for 4. Oops. And that'll be a foul ball. And he'll draw a 2-out walk. So that'll bring up Joe Foy. We are going to try a steal here. Nah, Foy is 2 for 4. We'll let him hit away here. 6-5. And he grounds out to third. And that'll do it for the Red Sox.
Remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
So we head to the top of the 9th. Let's see, I think we're going to bring in Wyatt, the closer. John Wyatt, the closer, has not fared so well. 0-3 with a 10.24 ERA, 1 save, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 15 hits, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Did have 20 saves on the year, so he was their main closer with a 10-7 record. And his ERA was only 2.6, so see if he can have a good day today and give the Red Sox the win. So it'll be Northrop, Cash, and Freeman. And Northrop flies out to Canigliaro for out number 1. So Norm Cash now 0 for 3 on the day. And that will be a 1-out walk. So tying runners on board for 3 on the catcher. It's a 2 bunter. Let's see what who else they have for bunters. There is 1 out though, so. and yeah, they just have pitchers pretty much. That's it. And nobody else is above a 2 other than the pitchers for bunting. So we are going to. Well, Cash has got a little bit of speed. Not much base running. Well, I mean, we'll commit to steal a base every now and then. Here, he doesn't want to get thrown out, does he? We're just going to let him hit away. And he's going to lace a single as Cash stops at second. And now they probably would pinch run for him now. Base running speed. Mickey Stanley is a 4, so I think we're going to bring in Mickey Stanley to pinch run for Norm Cash. It's a 4 base runner. So the tying run is on first, and the go-ahead run on on second. The go-ahead run on first. Wyatt in a little bit of trouble here. Brings up Euler, the shortstop, 1 for 3 of the day with a strikeout. It's going to be a range check at Fenway, 4-1. That'll be a ground out to short. Can they turn 2? And no, as they get the runner at second. But Euler beats it out. So runners at the corners now. Tigers down to their last out. The tying run is at third. So they're going to bring in a pinch. I think we're going to bring in Dick Tracewski. Yeah, he's a 280 hitter. 280 hitter on the replay. The actual season, and a 281 hitter on the replay. Hitting 281 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. So hopefully Wyatt can bear down and get that last out. Give the Red Sox the victory. 4-3. Oh no! Wyatt cannot come through. Tying run comes in, so blown save for Wyatt. So Wyatt continues with the struggles. Red Sox are going to go to the pen again. And they'll bring in something now. I'm going to bring in Sparky Lyle. So Sparky Lyle comes in. He hasn't fared that well either. He's 0-1 with a 13.5 ERA, 2 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed. No walks and 2 strikeouts. Trying to get that last out. Oh no. The Red Sox bullpen is blowing up. So the go-ahead run, Detroit takes a 5-4 lead here. The Red Sox relievers unable to close it. So it brings up Don Wirt now. He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Oh no. Lyle's unable to handle this one. Another run comes in. Oh boy. So run is at the corners now. 3 runs already in. Detroit with a 6-4 lead. And the Red Sox again are going to go to the pen. As Jose Santiago comes in, 3.73 ERA, 1-1 record, 2 saves, 19 innings pitched, 11 hits, 10 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Now we need one more out here. 6-2. Oh my goodness. So the Red Sox bullpen continues to... Oh, it's not going to get any easier now. It's 7-4 now, Detroit, as the floodgates have opened. Willie Horton up now, 2 for 4 with a home run. You just need that one out. And they finally get it. But not before Detroit scores 4, and they take a 7-4 lead going to the bottom of the 9th. Let's see here. So Fred Gladding is going to come in. And we need to bring in Mickey Stanley came in and pinch ran. Let's see here. The first baseman. So we need another first baseman in there. There's no Cash is out of the game, so the only one we have left is Dave Campbell. It's not much of a first baseman, but Campbell comes in at first. George Scott at first, I do not know. Anyway, I don't think they actually have him at first. Fred Gladding, Dave Campbell is actually the first baseman. Let's see if we can. I don't know why they have Scott there. Anyway, Yastrzemski lead it off. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And he'll reach on an error by Euler. So another error by Euler. There we go. That Campbell's back in there. Good. Alright, so a leadoff runner is on for the Red Sox. George Scott up now 1 for 4 with a strikeout. A run scored. Gladding's 5.51 ERA. 1-1 record with 3 saves. He was their main closer. Him and Mark Marshall. So 2-2, 4-3. Ooh, that's going to be a single. So the Red Sox are not done yet, as Yastrzemski and Scott are both on. Brings up Tony C, 1 for 3 with a walk, representing the tying run. Nobody out still. Ah, 3-1 would have been nice. He'll fly out to center. They're out number 1.
With play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
Rico Petrocelli up now. Rico came through in the clutch with a RBI single his last time up. Going to ground out to short, and they just go to short way to first. So Red Sox down in their last out with Mike Andrews 1 for 3 with a walk. And he'll strike out to end the game. So the Tigers hold on, come from behind. They think they were within 1 out of losing, and they come back and turn it around off the Red Sox bullpen. So unfortunate turn of events for the Red Sox. Yastrzemski did hit his 10th home run of the day. He's homered in 3 straight games. Willie Horton hit his first. And Detroit scores 4 big runs in the top of the 9th to defeat the Red Sox 7-4. Let's take a look at the box score here. Let's see. So Lonborg went 6 innings, 4 hits, only 3 runs allowed, so he had a quality start. 2 walks and 7 strikeouts, allowed 1 home run. McLain, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. But in the battle of the bullpens, the Red Sox came up short, as John Wyatt could not get that last out, ended up getting the blown save and the loss to go to 0-4. And Lyle came in and wasn't any better. So let's see. Hitting stars for the Detroit Tigers. Willie Horton was 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. Double and a home run. And Dick McAuliffe was 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. For the Red Sox, Joe Foy 2 for 5 with a run scored. Yastrzemski was 1 for 4 with his 10th home run, 2 runs batted in. George the Boomer Scott 2 for 5 with a run scored. Rico Petrocelli with a big RBI. But the story was the bullpen, and the Red Sox bullpen was awful. Well, actually, Hank Fisher was good. Hank Fisher pitched 2 scoreless innings and 1 hit ball. But John Wyatt and Sparky Lyle continued to struggle as the Red Sox fall to 13-13. So they're still, I think, they're 1 game ahead of their pace. They were 12-14 as of this game. And Detroit is 17-8 in the actual season, and they're 14-11 here. So they're just 3 games behind their pace now instead of the 4. So that's it. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. And we will see you in the next Red Sox, or the next 1967 50th anniversary replay, when we play a game from May 15th of 1967. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.